1, 2, 3, jack-o'-lantern.
All right,
That's
baby.
it.
Here we fucking go. We're here. We're live. Welcome to the We Cool podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Call. I'm joined by my illustrious, beautiful, mustache-sporting co-host, the one, the only, back from a cross-country trek, Grant Winkles.
What up, Ryan?
Nothing, man. Fucking out here, dude. We're Tommy-less again today. No Tommy Bayer, as he is in California catching the surf, catching some fucking water in his nose, ears, and mouth.
All of them. Every face hole.
Every
full
face
of salt
hole.
water.
He wears a full spandex suit minus the face when he's surfing.
Yeah. That's what most surfers do, I believe.
Do they?
That's part of surfing, is walking around with that wetsuit on.
Yeah, okay. I got a beef with
That's
this.
the biggest part of surfing.
I've got a couple of problems with
Okay.
this. Who do they think they are? Because when you're swimming, you just got the trunks on, or if you're a
Yeah.
lady, you got your bikini, your 2-piece, your 1-piece, whatever
You know what I wear? Board shorts.
See,
Yeah.
so do I. I wear pants. I wear jeans when I go swimming, and it's hard.
And you don't know how to swim either.
No, I keep boots on. I wear steel toe boots because I'm a working class man now.
And also, you never know what's under that water.
No.
You know? Might have to kick some shit in the face.
Exactly, with a steel toe.
Yeah. Seaweed. It's pretty gross when seaweed brushes up against your...
I've drowned 8 times.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is the We Cool podcast, right? This is a podcast where we apologize.
And I will not apologize for the fact that I wear jeans while swimming
I don't think you should, man.
at the YMCA pool, no matter how many times they tell me to leave. I paid $7 a month to come here, and I'll be god fucking damned if I don't wear my skinny jeans while I'm doing laps in the pool. And no, I don't know how to swim. We've been over this.
That's why they have a lifeguard. That's why you have a lifeguard.
You ever seen a guy do the butterfly? That's how I swim, but I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of flopping.
Well, I was going to say, this is a podcast where we apologize to each other and to everybody, and people apologize anonymously. Our listeners apologize anonymously.
We demand apologies.
Yes. Tommy is not here. Tommy hasn't been here for, geez, it feels like...
Feels like years.
Yeah, I know. And God damn it, it feels good, I got to say.
It does. It feels really nice. We haven't had a single complaint about anyone's voice.
No
on the
1-star
podcast.
reviews
It's been great.
since Tommy has left.
We had 1 3-star review, and I think that was just because they listened to half one with Tommy, and they're like, don't like this guy's voice, do like these guys' voice.
That might have been Tommy, like listening to the
spite,
podcast with just us.
Yeah.
But I was thinking if we pick up listeners during, which we probably will, we're in a growth phase.
Come on, fucking tell your friends.
Yes, please.
You need
God
this.
damn it, please. If we pick up listeners while
just
Tommy's...
tell your friends, hey, there's a show, it's white guys, and they're apologizing. That's enough of a hook.
I apologize for everything that white guys do.
I might apologize for a thing Asian guy does.
Yeah. You know, somebody's got to do it. Because
there's no barriers here, just right.
Just right. This is
We're
on the
Outback
right
Steakhouse of podcasts. Sorry, I keep
the
interrupting.
right side of history. That's all right. This is an interesting episode. But what I was going to say is if we pick up listeners and then Tommy comes back, we kind of buried the lead because everybody hates Tommy's voice. We know this. So these listeners are going to be very upset.
Well, it's
like going from our nice kind of luscious, like umber, we have deep baritones, me and you. This is Grant, by the way. People probably mistake our voices because they're very similar. But like going from, like, say, our guest last week, Natalie, you know.
You can tell her apart from us.
Yes, but beautiful voice, you know, like a songbird. And then you go to Tommy, which is like a...
It's like a bird that got
I was
going to
say a dying ostrich is
there
exactly
you go.
what I was going to say, yeah. He kind of looks like an ostrich, too.
Sometimes I wish Tommy would bury his head in the sand. Just so I wouldn't hear it. It would be muffled.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm picturing, you know, in like... They have lineups of like surfboards in the sand and like Beach Boys albums, and then it's just like surfboards like sticking into the sand, but then Tommy like head down into the sand next to a bunch of surfboards like sticking straight up.
I was just picturing like the evolution chart, you know, where it's like the monkeys and they're slowly standing up, and then Tommy's the last one, and his head is just completely in the fucking dirt. God, we've been really shitting on Tommy.
That's okay.
This has been going on for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, this is. I was gonna say after we got through that, it's interesting because this is a 2-man. We're doing a 2-hander.
This is a 2-man show. You've heard of a 1-man show. Well, guess what? This is completely different. And whatever you were expecting from a 1-man show, this isn't it. Okay.
I mean, yeah, everybody knows how awesome one-man shows always are.
Yeah.
Like people, especially when like a
There's a
open
lot of-
mic comedian
Mm-hmm.
starts advertising their one-man show.
Yes.
You know, that's, you know.
Especially when they get it on Amazon Prime and then you watch it and it's just one camera in the back that it looked like it was filmed on a cell phone in 2004. Like,
We
yeah,
are-
put that up. Make people pay for that.
We are circling dangerously close to making about a dozen people that we know feel very bad.
Well, guess what, motherfuckers? I work at UPS now. I'm no longer a stand-up comedian. And me, Ryan Call, I can say whatever I want now.
This is great.
I'm growing a beard.
Yeah.
Try and stop me.
You're the working class hero
Yeah.
at this point. And
I'm an essential worker.
it's awesome because I feel like you always have been, you
Mhm.
know, but you've been kind of you've been a poser, you know, you've been a working class poser.
Well, I've had a working class mentality
Yeah.
in every aspect of my life.
Mhm.
You know, I swear a lot.
Yes.
I work on motorcycles.
In the garage.
Yeah. Now I'm just listing things my dad
Yeah.
does.
Well,
I built a garage.
yeah, you have a joke about pipe fitters.
Yeah.
Your dad, I'm sure, has
I
a
might
bunch
become
of good.
one now.
Yeah.
The ultimate irony.
Well, I was gonna say, this is, I think, is something that we were discussing beforehand. Something that you could apologize for is a social media post that you had the other day that had people kind of
Oh yeah, fuck.
questioning reality.
Well, I made you know those like the airbrush T-shirts that they make when someone gets shot or
Yeah.
dies young. You know. So I had like a heaven background.
It's like a gangster thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like it reminds me of how you've seen The Wire, right?
yeah.
How every time one of the people in The Wire gets shot, they go to the florist shop and just get like a sick ass like machine gun flower arrangement. That's what you made for yourself.
It is sad that Omar never got that. By the way,
Yeah.
it's the best character on the show.
Yeah.
Never gets that. Anyways,
Mhm.
and he gets shot by a fucking kid. Spoilers. Sorry.
Yeah.
But heaven background,
hmm
picture of me, and then in big bold font up top it says R.I.P. Ryan Call, and then in smaller font below that it said Z comedy career for now. He got a job at UPS, 2014 to 2020. And a lot of people, I posted that on Facebook and Twitter, and I had a lot of people reaching out to me and commenting like, "Hey, this is funny," but some people didn't even say it was funny.
Yeah.
Some people just say, "I thought you died."
Yeah,
and
this
that
is the first thing
fucking
I
made
saw
me-
this
that bummed me
morning.
out." Actually, let me play.
There
a
are,
real-
because the thing is I love that joke. I mean,
It's a fun bit.
it's before there was a global pandemic. That's something that you wouldn't even really call a bit. I would say even
No.
it's just like it's a post that you made.
It's just a thing.
But
I did.
now it's like, oh, Ryan Call actually could be dead because of Gondapalooza or something like.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I could have got COVID and just not mentioned it. At all.
Yeah. Which, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what the risk level is at this point. It seems high, but
I'm sure it's just as high. Okay, wait. Let me play. So this is something.
oh yeah.
Another comedian commented on my Facebook post.
Dante
Powell, who
shout out Dante.
very funny comedian. I think he's based out of Iowa, somewhere in Iowa, maybe Des Moines.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he actually just had an album come out on Stand Up Records. So if you look up Dante Powell, you'll find it. Super funny guy. Here's the audio of the video that he posted on my Facebook.
Thought you died for real. I was about to make a real sweet, heartfelt message and send it to you. But luckily you're not dead for real. So congrats. And congrats on the job at UPS. If you ever need to come back to comedy, we'll have.
So
What did he say at the end there? If you ever
I think
need to come back to comedy, we'll laugh.
we'll have you, I think.
Okay.
We'll have you back, you know?
Okay. Well, let me
I
be
think
the
that's what he
second
said.
to congratulate you on not being dead.
Thank you. Good to be alive.
Yeah, it is.
Compared to the alternative,
Death?
Oblivion,
Hello.
not goodbye,
Given-
still here.
Giving me that option, I'm taking alive 9 out of 10 times,
Dude,
probably.
That's
You know,
the thing. I know we've talked about this before, but people are always like, you reach an age where you want to die. And I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna be 150 years old, and I think I'm gonna still be just praying, that I never die.
Yeah. I mean, Gabe, our producer Gabe, did just say we are the most shallow people he's ever encountered, and I think that is part of that. Is that reaching the age of 150 and having a horrible life, completely degenerated body. You're on life support. You're shitting into a bag.
Yeah.
All your family and your peers have died at this point, and you know what? I still want to be alive.
No,
like,
please, I don't want to fucking die.
What a fucking pussy that. Like, who? Come on. Like, I want to live as long as possible.
That's working class, baby. That's that working class mentality.
Hell yeah, dude.
Make some fucking
Still
money.
collecting the union pension at age 150.
God, they'd be so mad.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I think props to you for still being alive. I'm still alive. We're still here. We don't know if Tommy's still alive.
We're assuming he is, but
he was tweeting a lot last night. So
too much.
Yeah,
too much, I think.
Definitely.
He's in California. Things happen in California, you know, especially to small-framed people like him.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how his travels have been, because I just did a road trip across the Midwest to like Montana. Mm-hmm. This is the first time we've seen each other in 2 weeks. For full disclosure, lots of people without masks out there. It is,
dude. That's what I was telling you guys. Like when I went to Montana, which you basically just made the same trip.
Yeah. I thought you went to Wyoming, but
I went to Montana. You guys have
been a lot of confusion about
have
this.
Problems listening.
Yes, that's true.
But yeah, man, the people there, they don't think it's actually happening.
Well, it was okay. So this is actually something that I've realized that I think might be interesting.
Lay it on me.
In North Dakota, the caseload is like very, very small. Yeah. It's like they've had like less than 2,000 cases or something since it all began. So here's my thought is like, it kind of doesn't exist there. And if you're in a community where like you live with 300 other people and you see them like every week, and everybody like literally they can be like, did you leave the city?
Yeah.
And everybody can be like, nope.
Yeah.
Then like I would be like, fuck masks. I'm not a libtard. Like this thing's fake. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem that. I mean, it does seem crazy to me because I'm in the bubble, but it there's a logic to it. There's certainly a logic to it.
But the problem is like a lot of those people like go places for the
summer. And also you have my dumbass and your dumbass driving through there.
Yeah.
And we're from
thinking that Mount Rushmore is in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is
I'm just trying to see Donald Trump on Mount Rushmore in North Dakota.
I'm trying to see my president on Mount Rushmore.
Is that so wrong? Like
and it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's very wrong. Like every part of it is wrong. But I don't know. I'm not an anti-masker or anything like that now.
Thank you for
which we've been dabbling that we haven't. But all I'm saying is like it's very easy to sit here in Minneapolis. Everybody's wearing a mask. There are a lot of cases here and stuff, and we're freaked out about it. We have been. It's very easy to sit here and look at pictures and judge people in like North Dakota, Wyoming and stuff and be like, look at these fucking idiots, look at these conspiracy brain, like they're just rotten, whatever. And then without going there and like actually kind of seeing it and like really kind of feeling what it's like to be there, it's just, I think it's too easy to just write them off as like complete idiots who have no understanding of it's like,
well, that's the thing too. Is like, I guess like from work, like a working class job for like a week now. What I've learned in that week is already like, it's not that those people are stupid, but they kind of are. Just because like, when you're working a really hard job, you don't have the luxury of sitting around and just thinking of like, oh, here's all of the ways things could go wrong, or oh, here's all of everything that's wrong with society. So like, I've literally had multiple times, like in this past week, where like I'm just fucking exhausted. My body's exhausted. I get home and then I look at Twitter and I just see some of these takes. And I'm just like, I can't believe that anyone is upset about this. Get a fucking actual job. Or like, I saw a thing that made me really just not like angry in a way that was not justified at all. It was like this person who was like, it doesn't even matter who you vote for, everything's ending, whatever, which maybe it is, you know, but I still think you should vote against the worst president in the history of the United States. But then that wasn't what pissed me off. There's a comment underneath that was like, yeah, man, we just need to like look into like growing our own food. And it's like, I went to this guy's Twitter page, and he's like a computer programmer. I'm like, I come from a long line of farmers. You have no idea how hard growing your own. It's not just learning about growing your own food. That's the fucking easy part. It's like, yeah, you put the shit in the soil, you water it, you make sure it gets sunlight. That's it. But the hard part is fucking waking up at 4 a.m. every goddamn morning, tilling the field. Like, it's hard
milking
work.
the cows.
It's hard work that you've never even you can't fathom how sore your fucking body's gonna be. That's the problem. It's not. We need to figure out how to grow a asparagus. You know, you have to actually do it. That's what's hard.
And then you got these fucking soy boys out here.
Like that I was a soy boy a week ago. We both are. I'm still in one.
You joined a union and became a Republican.
That's counterintuitive.
But kind of not really. At this point, you have no, like, the working class has been so completely shut out of left-wing politics that you join a union and then become a Republican is actually what makes the most sense in 2020.
Dude, it
weirdly.
is. I will say this, though. Okay.
Because it raises you out of being a poor artist, which is the only part of the progressive left.
Ever since I started making more than $600 a week, I just started listening to Ben Shapiro, and I'm like, this guy is spitting facts.
Yeah, and this is why I have taken the philosopher placard, the moniker from you.
I think we should leave it up to the listeners. I think there's room for a rich philosopher.
I don't think so. No, that's Ben Shapiro. He's already there. You know.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's not working class though. Dude, I'm working class rich philosopher.
Dude,
three things rolled into one.
You got to be poor.
I'm the fruit roll-ups of philosophers. Bunch of shit rolled into a thing.
Do you remember those fruit roll-ups that like had the tattoos?
Oh,
on
fuck
them?
Yeah, I do.
That's such a disgusting concept.
They should bring it back.
It's like just give yourself knuckle tattoos with this snack and then eat them.
Imagine what TikTok would do with that.
Yeah? What?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I can't even imagine because here's the thing: working class can't imagine anything now.
Yeah, you're no longer like.
I'm object permanent stage now, where I only understand things if they're directly in front of my eyes.
You're just trying to run out the clock and collect that pension, right? I mean, at this point,
here's the thing:
you might as well just start having kids right now.
I'm gonna. I've stopped using any kind of birth control. I've taken my girlfriend's birth control away from her. She's really upset with me.
Yeah, dude, nice. Fight. You are fully Republican now. That is awesome.
I was like, I don't believe in it anymore. Sorry. I'm Catholic now. She was like, I don't think we can date. I was like, we're still dating.
Well, I'm Catholic, so you don't have any say in it.
I will decide when we break up. But no, man, I got to be honest, working at the job's been great so far. Everyone who works there that I work with is funnier than almost every fucking open mic comedian I've ever met. There's just no rules, just right. You just do your job and you work hard, and everyone else is working hard, and it's fucking amazing. Also, I've worked there a week. I'm already my supervisor came up to me the other day today and was like, "Hey, I got to talk to you." And I was like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Do you want to be on the safety committee?" And I was like, "What?" It's like the union safety committee. You get like more hours basically. I'm already moving up.
Okay.
I've been there a week, and here's the thing: what's amazing to me, I don't understand why they promoted me or fucking put me into this safety committee, because I've been adamant that I'm not a safe guy.
Yeah,
I'm a dangerous guy.
They say lift with your legs. You're like, I'll lift any fucking.
Yeah, I lift with my arms.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Lift with my legs, with my feet? They don't have thumbs.
Sounds European to me.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I don't shave my armpits, okay?
Okay, Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
Why don't you go load packages in
Pierre.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
You said it wasn't a promotion.
No.
And also
but I'm treating it like one.
I'm kind of wondering if they you're curious as to why they would offer this to you. Is it possibly that nobody else wanted to do this?
I don't think
and it's
that
kind
is
of
possible.
like hazing almost.
I don't think that's possible at all.
To be on the safety committee
at
UPS. Where
I think they already
they're laying all the liability of the inevitable shelf collapse.
They're like, "Hey man, do you want to be HR?"
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Well, no. I don't think that's what's happening.
No,
I think they respect me so much. I think they said, Now that's a good hire.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to give this guy something.
Yeah.
He needs something to keep him here.
Yeah,
So,
like they were like, "Have you heard this guy's Vietnam vet joke?"
dude, I did make the mistake of telling my boss that I'm a comedian, and then he came up to me today and he was like, "So what's your comedy like? Is it clean or dirty?" And I was like, "I mean, it's it's comedy, so it's kind of dirty." And he was like, "Ah, man, I was gonna have people stay after one day and like have you do a set or something." I was like, "Yeah, it's really dirty. It's filthy. Because that sounds bad. I'm gonna be honest. I shouldn't say his fuck. I shouldn't say it. Just bleep out his name.
No.
Yeah, bleep, please.
It sounds like a fake name.
But I just said it's real.
Okay, fine. Give me whatever. All right.
Just bleep his name out.
God damn it. I want to get back to the growing food thing because
Yeah.
I presume that this man who made this tweet that we need to start learning how to grow our own food, he's a soy boy, probably a city dweller, most likely.
100%. He lives in an apartment.
I gotta say, not easy to grow food in
Yeah,
the
you were
city
telling
either.
me about that.
I have been slaving over growing these tomatoes on my deck, and these fucking squirrels just keep stealing my tomatoes. Which,
Yeah.
if you Google it, which I didn't, my girlfriend did, but she said that squirrels don't normally eat tomatoes. And
They're doing it to spite you.
yeah, they might be thirsty. So my girlfriend is like, well, you should leave a bowl of water out for these squirrels so they don't.
You're just getting
And
squirrel
I'm getting
pets.
so mad. But here's the thing, though. This is interesting because I've deployed a couple strategies without giving them water of like, apparently they don't like coffee grounds, so I sprinkled some coffee grounds around my tomatoes. They still ate the tomato. They wait until they're ripe and then steal them, like the day before I'm going to pick them.
Geniuses.
I know. It's very, very upsetting.
Dude, I saw a couple squirrels have sex the other day.
One time I saw a squirrel pissing, and it was like, it was awesome.
Dude, I saw a deer pissing in Nevada, and it was a doe. They pissed just like a dog.
Really?
Yeah, they like squat down. It was the most bizarre thing, but they're like still off the ground pretty high.
There's something like absolutely twisted and demented about seeing like a wild animal fucking or pissing. Like
dude.
you're used to seeing that like in the zoo
Yeah.
because those are captives, like they're there
They
for
have to
our
do that,
entertainment.
yeah.
Yeah. But when you
That's
see
the
a
premium
squirrel,
package.
when you see two squirrels fucking, you're like, this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It'd
When
be
is
like,
the San Francisco Zoo going to open their OnlyFans account?
yeah, dude. Oh man, imagine if there was a zoo. In every zoo, there was a human exhibit.
Ooh, I like this.
I want to be in the human exhibit because then it's just like you're in there nude with a bunch of
Do you get your meals paid for?
yeah.
You get shelter.
Mm-hmm.
You have a job.
You get cleaned.
You get a pension. You're in a union.
Mm-hmm.
You're
You get a vote.
you
get to vote.
Okay. Do you get a gun?
Yeah, you should. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
think
that
it's
sounds
pretty
like
cool.
a good deal.
pretty sweet.
I would do that.
I would do that too.
I bet there would be a wait list, honestly.
Wow, man.
You'd get waitlisted. They go, we can get you in 90 years.
Then you're 100 years old,
Yeah.
chilling at
I
the
think
zoo.
you'd be sad after a while, though.
Yeah.
Would it be like would it be like a Supreme Court thing where you're there, you serve a term until you die, or
Definitely, that's what the zoo is.
Okay.
The zoo is a lifetime appointment.
Yeah, you don't get to see the chimpanzees retire.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
They retire the chimpanzees. They come in there with a shotgun.
Dicks out for Harambe.
Dude.
Okay,
Imagine going to the zoo and you just see a zookeeper.
just put a
Walking.
shotgun up to the base of a
Just
gorilla's
one of those
head.
like one of the little Jim Carrey monkeys. you
Yeah,
know?
like a spider monkey.
Capuchin or
Yeah,
whatever the
yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
Just with a
Wait, a Jim Carrey monkey? What?
yeah, I think that's like pretty common knowledge. What I think what I'm
Jim
talking about.
Carrey
when I
has a
say-
monkey?
Well, it's like the Jim Carrey monkey. It's just always it's in a movie with Jim.
Somebody
Carrey.
stop me!
Yeah. The
No,
little
I
tiny
don't.
mon-
This is
Well,
not a
why'd
thing.
you say that?
Well, because it's a Jim Carrey movie. I don't know.
Oh. I think fucking
Name one Jim Carrey movie that there's
what's
a
the
capuchin
one where
monkey
he's a
in.
zookeeper or whatever the fuck? Ace Ventura.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
They're the Jim Carrey.
You just
Jim
you
Carrey's
just
of
fucking
monkeys.
nailed me to the wall on that one. That's unfortunate. The point is this though, with the I think it would be sweet to be in a zoo. One time, real quick aside.
To live in a zoo.
Yeah.
Not to
just
go
to be in one.
Sucks to go to one. It'd be pretty cool to live in one.
I saw a gorilla just vomiting into its own hand and then eating it and continuing to do that over and over. Best zoo memory I have.
Wait, if you were a human in a zoo, would the gorillas be the zookeepers?
That's the question. In this reality that I've laid out, no.
Because it's still people going to see.
It's a regular zoo. There's just one more exhibit, and it's me.
Imagine
nude.
if the penguins were the zookeepers. They're terrible.
Like
at their
penguins
jobs.
and snakes, just like random.
Yeah.
Some random reality where that'd be cool if snakes got the upper hand somehow.
Especially if they don't have hands. It would be cool if they got a lower hand.
Yeah, upper, lower.
Any kind of hand, middle hand, whatever the fuck.
Is the opposite of upper hand a foot? I don't know. These are the kind of questions that we ask.
This is why you're the philosopher now.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. See, you're just incapable of. You look at the world in this
black and
proletariat
whites, yeah.
dynamic. You know, it's just a power struggle for you at all times. For me, I have the ability and space to explore these thoughts. You know, and
Yeah,
that's
because
why
you're
I'm
unemployed.
Yeah, exactly. And so the thing with the squirrels though is that my brother is a homeowner. And he has been fighting a war against squirrels, like all the squirrels in his neighborhood, which is basically like all the squirrels in the world for all intents and purposes. Because like, he lives in a suburb, and it's like, dude,
they come and go.
He's mad because they're on his roof. So he's trying to kill the squirrels in his yard. And I'm like, you're going to have to you're going to have to genocide all the squirrels in this entire place to get an effect that you're seeking. And I was making fun of him, and I was working at his house and freeing the squirrel. He was trapping squirrels, and I would be there working during the day.
Doing a catch and release? Or
No, he's like, he's gonna drown him in a bucket, and I'm like, dude, you can't.
Just
so
the
I
most
would just
inhumane way.
and I would just let him out.
I'm gonna set him on fire.
But here's the thing. This was a year ago. This was 1 year ago, and I was making fun of him mercilessly for this, and now I'm kind of like, give me one of those fucking traps, dude. I'm about to kill all the squirrels in Minneapolis it's either that or I need to start buying store-bought tomatoes and leaving those out for the squirrels to eat so that I can harvest the tomatoes. That's the roundabout, I think, reality that the person that you were describing in that tweet doesn't realize is like what we're conditioned to do is that I'll finish this. My strategy for growing food is still now involving buying fresh produce out of the capitalist marketplace to bribe squirrels not to steal.
They're just gonna eat both of them.
tomatoes.
You know that,
yeah, I know.
So I have two things. We're gonna talk about fruit, and then we're gonna wrap around to killing squirrels.
Okay, and then we'll get to a listener apology.
Here's the thing. What this guy also doesn't understand is, okay, so you grow 12 tomatoes. That takes what? 2 months?
4 months.
4 months, and then you have 12 tomatoes.
That's a pretty low yield
for 2
even
weeks.
one
Whatever.
plant.
You know, you
probably get 30.
So you got 30 tomatoes, and they're gonna go bad in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you can can the tomatoes,
but canned tomatoes aren't. No, that's not.
So what the fuck? You know, you're still like, you can't. It's so difficult to support yourself growing your own food, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But to wrap around and murdering squirrels in the mid 20th century, the 1940s, the war, they had bounties for squirrels. And I think in the state of Delaware, you could pay your taxes in squirrel skulls. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And they would have like schools where they, like, you know how now we have fundraisers? They used to have like, or now you have like testing scores, like who can score the highest. Whoever scores the highest gets the most funding. The way it worked back then was whichever school kills the most squirrels will get the most funding. Or whatever.
Is this real?
Yes, I swear to God. In the 1940s. Look it up. Because squirrels were a huge pest to, like what you're saying. They would do the same
stealing
shit
my
with crops,
tomatoes. Like they
crops.
should bring this back.
Yes. So they were trying to get rid of all the squirrels, and it didn't work.
Yeah, of course it didn't work.
There's so many.
Yeah, okay. This is kind of beta of me, but squirrels are my favorite animal, which is even more beta because they're just owning me.
Oh my God, dude!
now.
I think I told the story about getting bit by a squirrel, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
you had trapped or something.
Yeah, and then I lied and I said that I was trying to save it from a cat.
You did tell this story, yeah.
So
And
fucking stupid.
this is actually one of those things that you've brought up that, you know, a little peek behind the curtain. When we're podcasting, it's all about being in the moment and kind of reacting and responding and keeping it lively and stuff. So lots of times we'll react and riff and all this stuff, but we don't really process what's been said until kind of afterwards.
No.
And
then we realize the gravity of what we said, and we post a public apology before we even post the episode.
It's exactly like the best part about, I used to do improv a lot. Mm-hmm. The best part about doing improv was that you would do, if you had a great show or a bad show, either.
Wait, real quick, can you ask me if I've ever done improv, and I'll respond in a improv?
Yes, and I will make that question hilarious.
Okay, go ahead.
Ryan, have you ever been doing improv and slipped on a banana peel?
No, but one time I ate a whole carton of eggs on stage. Okay.
That sounds hilarious.
I just broke every rule in improv just there, and it
still worked. That's how good you are.
That's how good I am. And that's really the talent the world's missing out on because of coronavirus and
UPS.
And UPS's incredible union.
And scene. But what I was going to say is when I was doing a lot of improv, and this tying it into doing this podcast is essentially improv, but if you have a good show, it's gone. It's in the ether. Only the people who were in that room with you at that time got to see it.
There's no way to film it.
Well, you don't really, I mean, like, you film to submit for, like, improv festivals, but it's not the same way with stand-up where you're like...
There's a lot of legality issues with filming improv.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's just, I mean, it's Del Close said it's illegal to film improv.
Yeah. Lin-Manuel Miranda said that too. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't even do improv.
I know. And then he filmed Hamilton.
That fucking pisses me off so much, dude. Hamilton, more like Hamilton ton of shit. I think
it's pretty
that was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think it's pretty lame that they depicted slave owners and founding fathers at all.
Yeah.
You know.
They could have done that play about something completely else.
Mm-hmm.
A completely different thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I, for one, don't think Macklemore should have been involved at all.
Yeah, me too. I agree. You know, it's rare that we agree on this podcast.
Yeah, it is rare. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. We fucking agree all the time.
I disagree. We never agree.
The thing is this. The point is this. Is that when you're in the moment creating mystical, hilarious vibes like we've been doing, we do. You sometimes
we pee.
Yeah, sometimes we pee. Sometimes we do.
God.
Can't, these are natural functions of two luminaries like us.
It's not funny.
Sometimes you don't process what's been said until much later. You might sit bolt right up in bed in the middle of the night and be like, what did Ryan say? Yeah. And that's what's been happening to me with that story about the squirrel that you were telling, is about how you had just like cornered a squirrel.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to pet it because it looked soft.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't that soft. I gotta be honest. Squirrel, I've found this with a lot of wild animals and a lot of animals in general who just aren't dogs or cats. Their fur doesn't feel as good as it looks.
Mm-hmm. Like a bear pelt, it's...
Dude, one time I almost got, not ate by a bear, but when I was in Wisconsin, like when my parents were in Sturgis, I was just like on a 4-wheeler in the woods that my grandma owned. And
This was last week.
Yeah, this was last week. No, I was like fucking 7 or 8, and I was like with my uncle's beagle. And we came 10 feet away from just like a black bear that was eating fucking berries, and it just stared at me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stared at it, and it just walked away. But fucking scary, man.
I saw a grizzly bear in Glacier.
Did you really?
Week. Yeah.
Dude, I saw one when I was in Montana too. It was crossing a stream.
Yeah.
It was kind of a bit of ways.
Yeah.
But
well, this is what's kind of funny about I don't know, seeing all these people like without masks and stuff. You're like, oh, that person's a fucking idiot, right? Mm-hmm. But you kind of get used to it. But then I think what we don't realize right now, or it's like we're so kind of inundated and connected with like calling people idiots so much, and like there's so much like video of people
the
like
name calling.
Yeah, like the Chainsmokers like concert that everybody was sharing. It was like, holy shit. Like but the perspective that we don't have yet is that like before this, like everybody was idiots before this. So like to illustrate that is when you go to like a national park where there are wild animals like buffalo and bears and stuff, these dangerous animals, there's signs like everywhere that say like enjoy the wildlife at a distance. There's all these very specific rules that they like in everything they give you. Like when you enter the park, they give you a pamphlet, and there's a tuck-in that says like everything you need to do with a bear. There's signs on all the hiking trails that say like have bear mace, you're in grizzly country, and all this stuff. But then the second we see a grizzly bear, there is like a crowd of people forming around it, and it's a cub. So you know, like everything you know about bears and shit is that the mom is right by the cub and will attack anything that's near the cub.
Yeah.
And like there was a dude with a GoPro like standing 10 feet away from it. And it's like, okay, all right. Now I'm like no longer surprised that nobody's wearing a mask. These are these people. Yeah. Like they're the people who try and ride a buffalo in Yellowstone, or like try and like take a swim in Old Faithful. You know, it's like,
dude, did you hear about this guy? There was a guy who
this is very common. Like
him and his sister, they like wanted to just go. They were like, oh, we'll like dip into one of the springs, but they had no idea how hot it was.
It's like 1,000 degrees.
Yeah, he tried to like test the temperature, and then he slipped in, and like they fished him out, and they were like, yeah, it was like one of the worst scenes we've ever been to.
Yeah. Like all his organs just came out because those things are like 400 degrees. Yeah. So that's, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think it's some interesting perspective that I think I've lacked.
See, this is why I don't also, okay.
But just realizing that like how stupid everybody was like 6 months ago, that didn't change at all.
No.
Like people didn't just become, if anything, we've all gotten dumber.
Well, and this kind of ties back into like the growing your own food thing. People forget how fucking dangerous nature just is inherently, because here's the thing. Everything in nature is constantly working out to survive, right? Like if you do work out regularly, you probably work out like, I don't know, maybe like max an hour a day. Like that's like kind of overdoing it, you know? Animals
you're talking about yoked animals,
dude, constantly working to survive, because they're either running from something or finding food, or they're running after their food. Like, so those things are just like, God, this is so close to just turning into the Joe Rogan podcast and me just like, you ever seen a fucking shaved chimpanzee?
You know what, I have,
and
because I watched Joe Rogan. They are impressive, dude. They're absolutely shredded.
Also, I don't know why this came into my head, but the whole Die with Dignity thing from the RNC.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, let's. Do you have the audio clip? Let's play it real quick, and then just so it's not.
Okay, keep talking.
We're podcasting right now during the RNC, which I thought of a little clever little thing. You know,
hey,
the DNC was last week, but really, you know. Based on the platform,
okay, you got this.
It was basically just the first RNC. This year, there's 2 RNCs.
Okay, I like that. I see you.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just spanning 2 weeks. Thank you.
Okay, here we go.
But only to be diagnosed with a rare and terminal bone cancer. You know, the Democrats love to talk about healthcare being a human right. But a right to what? Well, I'll tell you. To them, it's a right to marijuana, opioids, and the right to die with dignity.
That all sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know who would hear that and go, these fucking Democrats, dude.
Yeah, they're so dumb. I can't believe they want to die with dignity. That doesn't even make sense, because we were talking about this. Dying with dignity is apparently basically being able to take the suicide pill. Yeah. If you have terminal cancer, you're going to die in a month anyways. You get to take a suicide pill, a.k.a. Glock to the mouth. That would be sick if that was that would be the die with dignity law in Texas, is that you have to have a double barrel shotgun and that's the suicide pill. It's like a doctor ripping open a surgical shotgun. But the whole Republican thing is like heroism and like POW and like the Tomb of the Forgotten Soldier. It's like you put Blue Lives Matter, all this stuff, you put potentially putting your body at harm as like the highest thing you can do.
Yeah.
And she's saying that's completely antithetical. They
Well,
have
also,
no logical framework.
It doesn't make sense because, like, in rural communities, like, I don't know, my uncle would just, like, go shoot his dogs when it was time to, like, put them down. Like, he'd take them out into the woods and shoot them, and that was, like, normal, you know? But it's like,
That's bipartisan, baby.
But we can't do that with Grandma when she's fucking... I'll march her out into the woods.
I have an entire joke about this, about how my dad has pulled me aside multiple times and said, Grant, when I start acting weird, you're going to know, and I want you to kill me.
Dude, my dad has said something like that, too. He's always alluded, he's like, if I ever end up in a wheelchair, you'll find my brain sprayed all over the wall. And I'm like, great to know, Dad.
Sounds like a dignified death.
And I love you, too. And I love and respect you, too, Dad.
Yeah, and that, like, here's the thing. If you really do love and respect your dad, and if you're a good Democrat, based on the RNC talking points, you will put that Glock in your dad's right to his temple and just dignify him all over the bathtub.
God, I just hope his wrist is strong enough to do it himself, you know?
Yeah, at that point. Or, like, he doesn't have dementia, so you have to, like, keep reminding him, like, no, Dad, you gotta...
No, you said I should kill you. Remember, Dad, I'm Ryan, the man who will kill you.
Yeah, I don't know. Just, of the 2 RNCs that happened this year... I would say the second one is definitely on track to be more unhinged.
Dude, it is crazy how, like, it's like Trump and his team were watching the DNC and saw how boring it was. And they were like, Trump was just like, we need to make this the most insane, batshit crazy thing of all time. And then Don Jr. was like, and the first one needs to be 16 hours long. And Trump was like, and the first one needs to be 16 hours long.
I think they start at like 11 a.m. and go until 2 a.m.
Fucking crazy.
Do you see Donald Trump Jr. was like zooted out of his mind when he made his speech last night?
That.
Yeah. Which honestly, like...
Again, I'm working class now. I don't have time to fucking watch this stuff unless it's
AOC. Yeah. I didn't watch it either, but I gotta say, another... Kind of respect for just getting blown the fuck out and giving the RNC. This is the respect that if that was me, that is 100% what I would be doing. If I were Donald Trump Jr., I would be like, I'm doing fat rails. I'm fucking.
I mean, why change anything? You know, you haven't fucking look at this fucking guy.
Yeah, just get weird with it. You know, like everybody already hates you anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to lose any voters on that? Probably not.
I'm smoking meth before the speech, for sure.
Probably not going to lose any voters doing it either.
No, if anything, it's going to be like, yeah. Can we get some audio on this, Gabe?
Sure thing. Hold on one second.
We got the video pulled up here. What is...
Even his eyes look just glazed over.
Yeah, the name of... We're watching a YouTube video called Donald Trump Jr. coked out during RNC speech.
All right, you ready?
Yeah,
here we go.
Promise to take that money back out of your pocket and keep it in the swamp. That makes sense, though, considering Joe Biden is basically the Loch Ness Monster of the swamp.
Yeah, no, it lives in the loch, not in a swamp. It's in the name. And is he familiar with... I mean,
that wasn't so coked out, though. I don't know what the fuck that means. He didn't wipe his nose once.
Yeah, I guess he did use an odd metaphor. It's more about the looks. This is a visual thing.
Yeah.
He looks insane.
Yeah. No, that's true.
I respect him. And I respect that metaphor, too.
You know what? I respect the office of the president, so by default, I respect this.
I respect all of his children.
This coked-out oligarch. What a fucking loser, Donald Trump Jr.
Dude, that's a good take. Wait, go off, King.
Donald Trump Jr.'s the loser?
Dude, go on.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, come on, man. Like, what do you get a loan from daddy?
Okay.
Okay, let's do this listener apology, huh?
Before we get to that, can we do that listener apology?
I don't think so. We got to do a listener apology before that.
Fuck, I was just hoping we could do a listener apology.
All right, here we
let's
go.
do this listener apology.
All right, we'll wrap up on a listener apology. First, we'll do listener apology. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, we had.
Well, do you want to do a listener apology?
I do.
Okay.
But first,
yeah, because I thought we were gonna do.
Got to do this.
Apology. Yeah. Okay.
Which is a listener apology, and then we'll do that.
But then afterwards, we'll do.
We'll get to it. Cool. Yeah. We'll end on that.
We'll end on the listener apology.
But
first we have to do this before we do the listener apology.
So this is the listener apology. If you want to submit a listener apology, we need them. Go to www.grantwinklescomedy.com/WeCoolPodcast. Anonymous apology submission form. They are anonymous. We only name the people who DM them to us, who do not DM us.
And I will say this. If you anonymously apologize and you message me saying that you did, not only will we not say you did it, I'll get you in my union.
Okay.
Because I'm on the safety committee now.
All right. So now we are openly bribing. You are becoming a mobster because now we're openly bribing.
Dude,
listeners.
I do really think it would be funny if I joined the mafia from this.
Be cool.
You know, and they keep calling me the Mick, you know, and I'm like, I'm not Irish. Then they start calling me Hitler, and I'm like, all right, I'm Irish.
I'm Irish, yeah. Go back to the other one. Submit these. Also, this goes both ways because we did get a submission that was saying, it was a great apology, and we will read it coming up here, but basically inviting us to hang out through the anonymous submission form. We don't know who you are, so if you're a friend,
we might have hung out with them already.
I know, but like if you're our friend and you're like, keep them separated. Like, shoot us a DM if you want to barbecue, and then submit the anonymous apology.
Yeah. And also, I'll say this: we're not here to make friends. We're not. Yeah. Okay. We can be your friends.
We can. Yeah.
That's not a good message for our listeners.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend. I'm your boss.
Entertainer.
I'm your boss.
No, they're our boss. If anything.
Yeah, they are our boss.
You are our boss. So, give us a performance review.
Give Daddy a raise.
Only a good one. 5 stars. Tommy's not here.
The other day, everybody got a raise. I got a lower.
Oh, man.
That was worth saying.
Yeah, it was. I feel like there's a reason you left that out of your act after trying it for a week.
I don't know why.
Okay. So, yeah. GrantWinklesComedy.com/WeCoolPodcast to submit your anonymous apology. And here we go. In 9th grade, I had a friend who would always fall asleep in class. One day, she fell asleep while we were watching a movie, and while the teacher was gone from the room, we thought it would be top-tier comedy if we zip-tied her belt loop to the chair so that when she got up, she couldn't get up.
Hell yeah.
Top-tier comedy. That is. This is some
up there.
jackass. Some jackass stuff right here. 9th grade.
Genius.
Yeah, this is the pinnacle of 9th grade.
In 9th
comedy.
grade, we put a crawdad that we were dissecting in science class in a kid's chocolate milk. And he was really angry, but everybody else thought it was really funny.
And he drank the milk?
He drank the milk, and then he threatened to go to the principal's office, and I had to be like, Brock, come on, bro, I can't.
That's also, I mean, that's kind of a weak grievance to go to the principal's office for.
Yeah, but I would have got, you know, though, like, we would have gotten in a bunch of trouble.
Yeah. One time in 10th grade, you know,
also, it was a friend, by the way. I want to clarify, it wasn't just some random kid. Like, wouldn't it be funny if we?
You were more horrible to your friends than anybody.
Yeah.
Like, is what we did.
That's the other thing. Like at my school, I don't think there was really a lot of bullying. I think it was like peer bullying.
Well,
you know if you're in the same friend group.
You know what it was for us, and I'll illustrate this with a story I'm about to tell. Is that it was like the lunch table. You know, you had a lunch table, and that's where a lot of shit went down. But the dynamics of the lunch table is that
there's a hierarchy.
Yes. And also there's so many spots that you can't fill it out with just the inner circle.
Yep.
So there has to be like, you know, 4th string friends who are straggling in there who like probably should be sitting at a different table where they're kind of closer to the top of the food chain, but they've gotten somehow weaseled their way.
Yep.
Maybe they've just sat there for 6 days straight, so you can no longer tell them.
And they're so quiet. They're so quiet. Sometimes you forget they're even there.
But also, they serve a necessary purpose, which is punching bag. You just destroy these people mentally.
Because here's the thing. If you don't make fun of them, someone might make fun of you.
Yes.
So it's deflect to Brandon. Let's all make fun of Brandon.
So in 10th grade, there was a conspiracy. I'm not saying I was part of this in any way, but I was there.
It sounds like you are part of it.
I did witness the end result of this conspiracy.
John F. Kennedy
my friend crushed up one of his dad's Viagras and mixed it into this kid's applesauce. And we were just gonna have him eat it. I had no part in this. I was simply a witness, and he like wasn't eating his applesauce, so somebody else at the table was just like, his name was Harrison. He was like, "Hey Harrison, I bet you ain't gonna eat my applesauce faster."
God, what a fucking dick.
And they both just started like wolfing down the applesauce, and Harrison was like, "Ugh," like he could taste it, but he continued to eat it. Like he reacted and knew we had put something in there. But this is how desperate this kid was. Like because the punching bag knows they're the punching bag, and all they can do. This is I think like kind of the horrible irony of the position, is that your only desire is to, because I've been the punching bag. Your only desire is to get out of being the punching bag, so you will do whatever the punchers request of you, or you will,
until a new person comes along that you can go, we make fun of
But the
Frank
thing
now.
is, it's completely a passive role. You have no agency as the punching bag because the group decides if you've been promoted out. So no matter what, you need to fight back as the
You're
punching
the low
bag.
man on the totem pole.
But the instinct is to, so he knew there was something in his applesauce and he continued to eat it. Sure enough, boner for like 18 hours after that. And he said it was, like an issue for him. It was a long time ago. This was like 10 years ago.
Do you want
at
to
this point.
apologize to him?
Sure. Yeah, that seems right.
Like what
I
you
mean,
should
I think
do?
the statute of limitations is out, so it's because this is for sure a crime. Like,
Yeah, dude, that's not
because he
even
could have
getting called to the
died.
principal's
Like,
office,
he could have died. Now you don't realize that, or I guess you don't care as a ninth grader.
Well, yeah, you laugh about it. You go, dude, what if?
Yeah, this is not an admission of guilt or even that I had anything to do with this, but I will say, Harrison, I'm sorry we drugged you.
God.
Top tier comedy. Yeah, I don't know what else
Okay,
to
so
say.
they zip tied.
Yeah.
Zip tied her to the chair.
So zip tied to the chair when the teacher's gone, because she falls asleep all the time. It's pretty hilarious.
She's narcoleptic.
Yeah, we did it,
Oh,
and when the bell rang, she was so confused and mad. 3 years later, we found out she was diagnosed with narcolepsy.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're harming a person with a disability.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, harming. I didn't.
Okay, I guess I have an apology.
You're capitalizing on somebody's disability to make fun of.
I have a similar
I guess
apology.
that's harming. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But
When I was a sophomore and junior,
Okay. Should we
Real
apologize for them? Or?
Well, let's
do
real
yours.
quick tangent, and then we can come back and apologize. Sophomore and junior in high school, I dated a girl who was diabetic, and she had like the insulin pump. And
So you tied it to the chair.
Yeah, I tied it to a chair and it ripped it out. And she died. But I'm not gonna apologize for that. No, I told everyone in our grade that I beat the high score on Tetris on it, like implying that there were games on it. And then like people kept coming up to her and being like, "Let me play your insulin pump." And she got really like, we got in a big argument over that. So Bailey. If you're listening, I don't know why the fuck you would be, but I'm sorry I did that, I guess. It was funny. And I meant it to be harmless. I feel like it wasn't, though.
Yeah. I don't know. It's even if it sounds hilarious. Sorry, Bailey. But the thing is, like,
She's moved on. She's married. She's got kids now.
Cool,
Things
yeah.
are good for her, you know?
it didn't ruin her
And
life.
I think that, I would say me doing that, if I hadn't have done that, she probably wouldn't be married, and she probably wouldn't have kids now. So you're welcome in a lot of ways.
It's amazing that you bring that up, actually, because this is a draft that I've been working on. I had a pretty big faux pas once a couple of years ago. I can apologize for this.
You found out your dad wasn't your real dad?
Yeah. Faux pas. Can't believe you faux pas. I was out to dinner with some friends and my parents at a restaurant in Stillwater, which is where I grew up. And this is really, really shitty of me. This was before I had any awareness of working class, whatever. Like, I was just,
Yeah.
the privilege was
When
very heavy at this
When
point.
you're that age and you haven't
I was
worked
like,
at a restaurant, you're
19,
shitty. Yeah.
20, like, but I was, but also I'm a piece of shit and I make weird, stupid jokes like this all the time. So in another sense, it's like this isn't a surprise, I guess, and I didn't really mean it. But we were leaving. I had seen like a guy I went to high school with, like as a busboy at this restaurant, and we were walking out of the restaurant, and I said something very snide, like, "Oh man, like I'm not doing much, but at least I'm not working here." Or anything.
No!
Like, and of course, like I walk out the door, and he's like walking in the door as I've just said this, and I don't know. And the worst part was that like I really was just saying that to be shitty because it's a guy that I liked. I was friends with him. Was still friends with him as far as I'm concerned. Like we didn't hang out or anything, but like it was just a shitty thing to do and say, and I was kind of doing it because of that, you know. And just immediately, I never knew if he heard it or anything, and he never, you know. But now he is engaged and he lives in Europe, so I'm kind of like, maybe he did hear it, and I'm gonna go ahead and take credit for that.
You're the reason he got.
I lit
out
a fire
of the
under
service
him.
industry.
It's kind of like if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. It's like I lit a fire under him. I was like, come on, like move to the Czech Republic and marry an Eastern European woman.
Well, some people say, you know, like the father I never had, you're like the father I never had. You were like the boss he never had.
Mm-hmm.
Where you were like, get out of here, kid.
Yep.
You're too good for this business.
Yeah. When I was your age.
Which I am now.
Which I am. We are the same age. We graduated
I got
high
hit
school
by a car
2
and
years
I
ago.
I got
fat stacks.
Cash settlement.
877 cash now. You call that number, a car will hit you within the next 8 days. So yeah, I'm gonna go sorry for saying that. That was very classist of me, and not. I wasn't a good lib. Wasn't a good progressive at the time, but also, you know, hey, this is America, baby.
What?
Get off your ass and go move to
No,
Europe.
what a horrible apology. You were so close to just nice apology there, and then you Rush Limbaugh'd your way out of it. What the fuck?
All right, well, let's get to the real apology, which is to this poor narcoleptic 9th grader. Sorry honestly, for having great comedic instincts.
Yeah, I'm sorry that they did the right thing.
Yeah,
in a
kind
lot
of
ways.
what was necessary.
Maybe, though, this motivated her to start taking Adderall or stimulant. And now she is always awake.
Mm-hmm.
And she works.
Oh, there's a PS on this.
Oh.
It's actually 3 years later, she found out she was diagnosed with narcolepsy. PS, the girl was Amy Klobuchar.
Whoa.
So that's...
Whoa.
Seems like she did find her way into some stimulants. And you know what? She's a girl boss now.
She is a girl boss, and she people love her feet, I think, is the new
She's posting foot pics. Which is like...
she's eating salads with combs.
Throwing staplers.
Ran for president. She doesn't think that college should be free because she's worried about rich kids abusing it, which is so
She
fucking
declined to prosecute Derek Chauvin.
She is a girl boss with a wet ass presidency in the future.
Yas, queen.
Come on.
Yas, queen.
Okay.
Foot pics. 1111. Foot pics. What's up? So yeah, sorry to Amy Klobuchar for that.
Yeah, we shouldn't have said any of that.
Mm-hmm.
But more so, we're sorry for the narcoleptic girl who
was zip tied to a chair.
Which I thought that was going to end so much worse, bro.
Like a fire.
Well, or like just when you hear people getting zip tied to chairs, usually it's like...
it's kind of like a hostile situation.
Yeah, I was like, and a zip tie, too. You know, what happened to just using some string?
I don't know. Duct tape even seems like a little bit...
Duct tape seems a little...
Dude, they're both harsh.
Yeah.
Duct tape seems less harsh. I don't know. Is this a conversation we really want to have is even a question.
No, I don't think we do.
Okay. Well, you said string, which I'm kind of...
Like yarn, you know?
Yeah.
You go to Joanne Fabrics.
And tying people up.
You'd have to plan it out.
I guess this is my point. If you're tying somebody up, come on. Who are we kidding? You're not using yarn.
What are you, a fucking
You're using
villain?
zip ties or duct tape?
What? No. I was going to say, if you're tying somebody up, what are you, a villain in the 1800s? You're tying a woman to railroad tracks?
Yes.
What
Who are you,
doing?
Snidely Whiplash?
Come on. Fucking knock it off with tying people up. I say, instead of tying people up, what if we
Go.
cut?
Yes.
What if we cut
Go off, King.
the ropes that shackle us all in terms of economic insecurity by joining UPS in Shakopee, which is a new facility. You'll
Hell
have good seniority. You can join the union after 9 months, after 30 days, but your benefits kick in after 9 months.
Sever the strings of unemployed oppression.
Become a driver in a year or two and make $80,000 to $100,000 a year, working one of the hardest jobs you can possibly.
All you have to do is sacrifice your sleep schedule, your physical health, your spine. It sounds like
small peas.
small
Sacrifice.
peas. Yeah, to get a apartment in Chaska
For $1,000 a month.
And we will have the address of Ryan's new apartment. We'll be join the Patreon. We'll give you Ryan's home address.
Come and knock on my door at late hours of the night.
And Ryan will let you in to use the fitness club in the apartment.
I'll
It
let
is
you use
2
my
ellipticals and a rowing machine.
Mm-hmm.
Any free weights in there?
I don't know. I think just some paid weights. There we go, baby.
Good.
We're back.
Yep.
You got to put a quarter in.
Yeah. It's a shake weight. Well, that's the listener apology. What? How long are we? What
We're
are we
at an
here?
hour 5. But
We had some.
We had a couple hiccups, but I think we'll be. This is maybe a shorter episode, but
Well, Gabe. How are we doing on time, Gabe? I think Gabe, when we were setting up, you said you had something that you could apologize for on the podcast. You want to chime
Gabe,
in? We got producer Gabe Noah.
He's the producer. He's also the host of Profession Confession, which will be coming back soon.
Relaunching.
Relaunching a great podcast, so keep an eye out for that. Gabe,
I wanted to stop to focus on We Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great.
Thank you for doing that.
No problem. Let's see. Sorry.
That's what's awesome is Gabe. Right now, you're producing for We Cool, and I'm gonna be coming on to produce for Profession Confession. We're basically like
That's right.
We're like 69ing, but in podcast terms right now. You know, that's pretty cool.
It is.
I've always wanted to 69 with you in any way.
That's a disgusting way to put that.
I'm very excited to have you produce the show. So
I'm very excited too. It's an honor. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
me.
No problem. So yeah, as far as the sorrow thing, and this is a question I was gonna ask. I had to run to get an ice cream bar, and I missed one. And then the pot dealer came, so I missed one of the other ones too. But there was some stuff about it. Okay, when people apologize on your show, are they saying something like that they actually think is funny, but trying to do it, or are these genuine apologies?
No,
because I have genuine ones.
We want genuine ones because we read one that was a bit a couple weeks ago, and you know what? We still had to do the heavy lifting of making it funny. So make them genuine.
No, these are genuine that I've got.
Okay,
it's not like these make me look bad. So I'm trying to own this because it seems like in this society, people are like, if you ever do something once, you're just a piece of shit. You know,
Gabe, that's the exact forum we're striving to create with this show is a place for white men to apologize.
Okay, I picked a girl's nose with a bent coat hanger when I was riding. I needed laughs. I was thin. I was undersized, and this is like for real. I was riding. It was a school trip. And we're going, it was 6th grade school trip. We're going to go to Detroit Mountain. So my hometown has one hill, and they call it a mountain, and people can go ski down it. And I had anxiety about that because I'd never skied. I needed to get a laugh quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're riding on the bus over there because I knew I would look feminine or uncoordinated, just whatever. I'd look awful. So I wanted to get some capital in the bank.
Can you possibly give us a year?
This is a year that being feminine or uncoordinated as a boy was bad. But
okay, it wasn't woke, King.
This is not right. No, this is like 91. I grew up with a stutter, by the way. I had a teacher mimic my stutter. So please understand the era which I come from.
This is the backdrop I wanted to paint for this story.
Yeah, this is not like I genuinely, even though yes, the story has a couple fun. The shockingness and ugliness is sort of funny. I genuinely feel fucking terrible about it. So I got sat down on the bus next to Wanda Bora, we'll say. Just changed her first name.
Okay.
It was the same last name, though. Stacy Bora is a real name. And she sat next to me, and she would do.
Can you
she
try and be
wasn't like-
delicate
okay.
so I don't have to cut the
Yeah. She was in regular classes, but with the benefit of hindsight, she was mentally. You know what I mean? Like I'm using the vernacular of the times. That's what they would have said. So she was whatever. She used to pretend there was a bee in her all the time, and she'd just walk around and go, Zzz, and she'd stand by you, and it'd be annoying. It'd be amazing how long she would hold it.
Sounds like a good bit.
I was gonna say.
God. So I'm sitting next to her on the bus, and everyone's like, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, because just my era was so cruel. Like, where she's got sat next to me on the bus, and people are looking at me like, oh, Gabe's sitting next to Stacy Bora or whatever. Right? Yeah, Wanda. And I'm just like, oh, my God, and whatever. And I look down on the floor, and there's a wire coat hanger. Oh, the reason everyone was looking, she had a giant neon green booger hanging out of her nose. That's very pivotal. And it was huge. I made the suggestion that she wipe that booger, like right away when she was in. She wasn't acknowledging me. People started to look.
You're not being heard, which is your frustration with the situation.
Does it hurt you to not be heard? And so I was just trying to truly. Then, you know how, like, as a kid, just more people look, more people look, more people look?
The pressure mounts.
The pressure mounts. My moment mounts. My opportunity to, like, make a splash and
all
not
of a sudden
be a weenie.
Timing is starting to factor into the decisions you're
As
making.
Gabe Noah climbs the social totem pole.
At the expense of everyone weaker than me.
That's how it's done, baby.
Oh, my
Which was
God.
literally only one person.
Hey, this is America.
And she was the easiest to pick off in the whole thing. It's so fucking, it truly, like.
Truly a predator mentality.
I know I've done this in a funny way, kind of, but it's like, I really do want to stop here.
You're reflecting with true analysis.
I want to stop here and express how, like, really, to watch that again as an adult would be so fucking ugly, because I picked up the coat hanger off the floor. I concocted, I was like, God, I think this would be funny if I just bent it like an abortion hanger, like the old stereotypical where you stretch it out, you know, whatever.
There's a Doug Stanhope poster in here where he's being aborted.
Yes.
Exactly. Sorry.
Yes. The show that I opened for Mr. Stanhope on.
Yep.
Thank you. And
the poster is signed, and it says, Gabe Noah is funny.
That's
signed
right.
Doug Stanhope.
That's right. He is one of the kings.
Yes, he is.
So I just reached over and, quite simply put, I just very perfectly and deftly, I even remember putting the hanger and hovering it in front of her face, giving her the opportunity to bat it away. Nobody home. So I had no choice, comedically speaking, but to remove the offending booger. And it came off perfectly, like sat on the tip. Like, you know how if you get a Dairy Queen Blizzard or a Dairy Queen cone, and they do that where they pull it down and they whirl it at the.
Oh my God.
I didn't do that, but I could have easily. And the other one that I did was to. And this one's
Wait, that's the end of that one?
Yeah, I just pulled the booger out.
Well, do
I
you
don't know.
want to
What was the
apologize?
reaction?
It was a giant hit in my community.
So it was an absolute smash?
It was a smash. It
So-
was big for me.
Did people explode and erupt?
Yes. It was a big fucking deal.
The bus driver crashed the bus.
No one even mentioned the fact that I didn't get off the bunny hill the whole day.
All the students stood on the fucking, what are they?
It was like
benches of the desk and started saying, "Oh, Captain, my Captain."
It was on the
while
bus.
facing Gabe.
On the bus, yeah.
Or on the bus, yeah. Sorry.
It was my arrival. A lot of my best big moments are on buses, but the other one
Wait, Gabe.
What?
You need to apologize now.
I said I'm sorry. What the fuck does she want? No. I am so sorry that I grew up with a stutter. And that I was in a group that was maligned and hurt and attacked all the time. And I felt attacked and hurt people. And I was hurt.
In your eyes, are you...
And I'm dead serious, though. I'm sorry. I can't be serious about the apology for some reason.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not kidding.
Would you say
It is
Well, we'll
awful.
apologize for you.
But would you
Wanda,
say... Wait, real quick. Gabe, would you say at a base level, like subconsciously?
Yes.
Do you still feel like in a way you're the hero of this story?
No, I don't. Okay. I
So
have
you are
appreciation. Yeah. I have appreciation of like we're all such monsters when we're children.
Yeah.
That it's like you can't help but kind of laugh at it because it is just fucking so monstrous. Like I have 2 young children. I have toddlers. I fight so hard to give them a Mr. Rogers like outlook on life, and yet they overwhelm me sometimes with comments of just like how fat my aunt's legs are or whatever. Like they're just, we're all fucking monsters. We just learn as adults to like keep it quiet. That's the only fucking difference.
You get a filter.
Okay. Right. Yeah, exactly. You still have the thoughts. You fucking liars out there who act like they don't think about pulling boogers out of someone's nose.
Well, okay, so we'll apologize for you, and then I think we should save your second one if that's okay.
Yeah, I don't care. For blame to fart on a poor kid. We can do that later.
Oh, I did the same thing.
It was awful. Yeah, like actually, that one feels worse.
Okay, well, we'll save that one. We got a little teaser for the listeners at home. To Stacy,
Wanda.
Stacy Bora was the name. I'm joking. Sorry.
Wanda Bora, if you're listening, Gabe Noah is truly profoundly sorry that he stuck a coat hanger up your nose as social currency and profited to get ahead.
And began his career as a comedian that day.
God, it really is shitty now. Now I feel bad for being funny.
You base your entire everything that happened after that moment.
You know, it's funny because we were talking earlier about how we did things to kids that we think actually pushed them to become greater, whereas Gabe did a thing to a kid that pushed him to become greater.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, he's become kind of like a perfect circle.
Gabe is the flat circle of this podcast.
Yeah,
I think she's dead though.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's the flat circle, I suppose.
Time is a flat circle indeed, boys.
Gabe is the Yellow King. Gabe is Carcosa.
Life comes and life goes, and
just like podcasts.
Yep. Who knows? I think we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, man. I think that edible is starting to kick in. Actually,
you got anything to plug?
I do not have anything to plug at this moment. There are some things that I'm possibly planning an outdoor comedy show coming up here at the Keg and Case Marketplace in St. Paul. So look out for that. I think we're going to end up doing that on Thursdays. But it's still in planning phases right now. So nothing official, but probably some outdoor stand-up comedy coming at you pretty soon here. How about you?
I have a show at Sisyphus, I think September 20th. It's the Friday of that weekend, whatever that is, maybe the 19th. I'll be featuring I don't know who for, so you can check that out. And that's the last.
Maybe I'll come through there and do a guest spot that night too. Come catch Ryan and I don't know, sometime in September.
Yeah, some fucking time in September at Sisyphus Brewing. Great place to support. Otherwise, Apple Podcasts, rate, subscribe. We will be forever thankful.
Stitcher, YouTube.
Yep.
Subscribe
Spotify,
on those. Yep.
Fucking Twitter, Instagram at We Cool Podcast.
And submit your anonymous apologies online, grantwinklescomedy.com/WeCoolPodcast. And anything else at all to apologize for, Ryan?
I don't think so. I think this was a good episode. I hope our listeners agree. And for Grant Winkles and the ghost of Tommy Bayer, I've been Ryan Call, and this has been the We Cool Podcast.
A working class hero is something to